Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, August 20th. You're joining us for the first episode of First Facts live at 5 a.m. right here near Prospect, Oregon. My name is Kale Casey. I'm one of the information officers with Pacific Northwest Team 2. We're the incoming incident management team and unified command with the Oregon Department of Forestry incident management team here on the 4 fires, the Miles, Columbus, Snowshoe, and Round Top fires. Thanks for joining us. Please post your questions here. We check it all throughout the day, and this is our way to get an idea of what questions you still have and how we can best answer them. So you're part of this community. We want to see your questions, and we'll definitely work on answering throughout the day. It is 5 a.m. You really are alive here. Thanks for joining us, firefighters. Thanks for joining us, public. Okay, the quick facts. The acreage, we did not get an infrared flight the last 2 nights. I do know that there's fire growth to the north and to the south in this area and a little bit here, so we do have an acreage increase, but it's not reflecting on our infrared flight. We'll get that for you. Personnel for the combined fires, 1,412. No change in evacuation levels and no change in the closures. The closures that have been in place are still in place. That includes roads and forest closures. Here are the highlights for today. There was a transition day yesterday. We want to thank the Northern Rockies team. There was an initial attack yesterday we'll talk about near South Umpqua Falls. We're going to describe some fire behavior and some of the effects. And we're going to thank you for all your signs out there for our firefighters, and then we'll give you an around the horn ops briefing. So yesterday was a transition day, and that means that just like every 2 weeks, the teams need to go home, get rested up, go back to their families, get back to their offices, and a new team comes in. So the Northern Rockies team was in yesterday downloading all their information to us. We're the Pacific Northwest Team 2. We're from Oregon and Washington. We're one of your Type 1 federal teams. And we have been on the Taylor and Klondike fires and also the substation fire up in the Dalles area. So this is one of the states that we love so much, including Washington. And it's an honor to be here to be able to serve in the complete and coordinated fire protection system that Oregon is very proud of. And what does that mean? The coordination is between the incident management teams themselves, but also the landowners, that's you, and our operators out there, and our rural fire protection districts, and all the local, county, state, and federal resources that respond to these incidents. That's part of that complete and coordinated effort. We are one firefighting family. It doesn't matter what badge we wear, it doesn't matter what you see on the maps for what team's here. We have the same mission in mind, and that's to protect you, your homes, your communities, your infrastructure, the private lands, the state, federal timberlands, all the recreation sites, all the values at risk. That's our mission. We're one Green Pants Nation. It doesn't matter what the badge is. We're here to serve you. We want to thank the outgoing team, Terman's team from Northern Rockies. They're out of Montana, and I've had the pleasure of working with them over the years. Like a lot of teams in this business, we're all family. We all come up together, we train together, we advance together. One of their operations chiefs and I went to the 520 class together, and for those of you who know fire, that's the advanced level incident training class, and you never forget the people in your class. So when you get to a fire camp and you see people who you've trained with and advanced with together, there's really deep friendships there. We want to thank Terman's team. We want to thank the teams before Terman's team, because we've inherited a really solid plan. The firefighters are having a consistent transition day. Everything's staying the same. There's not some big change that happens when teams come in. We really want to make sure that the firefighters know what their purpose is, what their end state looks like, how to best serve you and protect your homes and communities. Okay, there was an initial attack yesterday. So we'll describe what happened and we'll try to point out where it was. Up on the South Umpqua Falls area, northeast of the falls, approximately 1/2 mile from there, was a new fire start. It noticed about 4 p.m. yesterday. So the Tiller Ranger District resources, along with the initial attack resources with the Miles and Columbus fires, responded. They brought several engines. They brought one of our heavy helicopters. They brought one of our light helicopters, and they called in several air tankers. By 7 p.m., the report that we have is that the fire was currently at 15 acres and 85% contained. So again, anytime you have all these firefighting resources assigned, working on containing the current fires, they're also available and ready, and usually we have some designated just for initial attack, and that way any new start in the area can be jumped on right away and kept to the smallest possible size. As you might remember, all these were caused by lightning. July 15th, there were 1,000 lightning strikes and 40 new fires. So we don't know what caused that one yesterday, but please be very careful out there. It is a very dry time of year. Let's talk about the fire behavior yesterday. There wasn't quite as much smoke production. We only have 3 areas where we're actually seeing a little bit of fire activity. On this Elkhorn Peak area, the fire is naturally backing down the hillside. The wind was kind of blowing it back into the main fire. That's one area. And then the fire on the north side of the Miles and the south side of Columbus, that's the natural fire that's moving naturally. That has been moving north and south. We put a flyover video up last night that our operations chief flew over and filmed so you could see it's a lower intensity burn. Sometimes these red big maps that we make you think that all this has been severely burned, and that's just not the case. So over the next week, we'll try to do as much as we can to show you the mosaic patterns in these burns, the areas of low intensity and the areas of high intensity. And so those are the 3 areas. All the rest of the fire is in really great shape, and we'll cover that later. Okay, we want to thank you for the ongoing support, the signs on the highways, the signs in your mailboxes. It means a lot to the firefighters. They've been working really long hours. They know what their job is. They're here to protect your values at risk, and it means a lot to them. So thank you for that. If you want other ideas, we certainly encourage folks to donate to the roguevalley.recovers.org. That's a local Rogue Valley foundation, and also the Wildland Firefighter Foundation. If any firefighter were to get hurt, they provide immediate support to the families. Other ideas, you could join your local fire department. You could join your local emergency management group. They always appreciate the extra energy and your inputs. You could donate to the Red Cross or another trusted organization, the local food bank. And by far the best gift you can give firefighters is you can create defensible space around your structure, your commercial property, anything that you own, so that when there is fire in your neighborhood or in your area, we can get in there and protect it right away. Okay, let's do a quick ops briefing. Southern part of the fire, that's completely Oregon Department of Forestry's charge right now, and that is looking fantastic. They've been meeting their mop-up standards of 300 feet. There is a little bit of a heat that they've noticed in the southwest corner of the mop-up, and so they're paying a particular attention to this area right here, but all the rest of it's in monitor, patrol, even pulling hose, and really in just fantastic shape. And Oregon Department of Forestry has got all their resources exactly how they want them in this area, and they're really pleased. On the west side of the fire, this is going to be where they finished some chipping in this area, road chipping and prep. This area is nice and ready. The Division Hotel, what we call the Elkhorn Peak area, you've been hearing from Mike, the ops guy, they've been prepping this and waiting. This is a persistent patience game. Firefighting is often a very patient game. This fire on Elkhorn Peak has been trying to back out of here. The wind was not helping it yesterday get down to our intended lines, which on the one hand is great, it's slow progression. But on the other hand, we would like to see this black lined. We would like to get this mopped up for you, but we have to be persistent and patient as we wait. The Division Juliet Lima, which means nothing to you except for the north side of Columbus fire, that's all in just monitor stage. Very cold up here, very nice. Again, I told you that there's open flame in this area. This is the special interest area where the fire has been moving naturally. It did move across the road here, and it is spotting a little bit on its own. So this is an area where with the tribal council and with the federal agencies and the state agencies and the teams, we're working on a plan here to decide how to approach this natural burn. So right now, you saw from the flyover video, it's not extreme fire behavior. It's not a standard placing event, but it is what you're seeing on that video of that smoke producing area here. East side, fantastic, all in mop-up mode. Again, the southeast side, pulling hose. So everything very good looking in here, patient, and then strategic planning. Just letting the fire naturally move in this area until there's a more comprehensive idea of what the weather might do or how we want to work with this. Okay. On our Live at Fires, we always encourage neighbors helping neighbors. We monitor this throughout the day, but if you see your neighbor asking a question that you know the answer to and that you can help them out, we encourage that. We are one Green Pants Nation, so again, it doesn't matter what badge, we're all in this to serve you. And we'll cover a couple watch out situations before signing out for today. Watch out situation number 6, instructions and assignments not clear. So here it is. We assumed command of the fire with ODF at 6 a.m. this morning. That's 47 minutes. And so we want to make sure our firefighters know exactly what they're doing and that their instructions are clear. And that watch out situation number 5, uninformed on strategy, tactics, and hazards. So again, today, we're making sure that all the firefighters know if their division supervisor has changed or if they're in a new part of the fire, that they have all their strategies informed and that they know what the different hazards are there, because there are still plenty of dangerous trees that are falling, green trees that now have damaged roots that are coming down. We've been bringing in the professional falling teams to help, but there are still a lot of hazards out there. Again, post your questions. You have the direct number here to call us, 530-500-2990. You also have the Joint Information Center. You have INCIWeb. This video will be posted on our INCIWeb site. 5940 is the incident number. And also we'll post it on YouTube. We want to get it out there as many people as we can. Thank you so much. We'll be back live tomorrow at 5 a.m.